Hello guys, welcome back to React. Hope you have a wonderful day. Today we're going to be reacting to the original season 3, episode 3. So without further ado, let's dive into this reaction.
In hindsight, I could have done more to prevent what was to follow. But then, even an endless life cannot be played in reverse.
It's impressive work, my lord.
Klaus was so peaceful. I love that.
There is something I must ask of you.
Become one of them.
For the Lady Aurora. If you would deliver this to her in secret, I would be eternally grateful.
Oh,
Are these declarations of love?
Your family stay here cannot last much longer anyhow. Not given your brother Cole's decadence.
Cole, always a troublemaker.
How could I tell him that Aurora was already in love with another?
Oh!
Do you not know what manner of man you were with? He is a beast!
Lucian, my friend.
We are not friends.
Go! Now, please!
Let me
Please.
guess, still this day is bitter towards Klaus because of Aurora.
Lucian's 2 out of 3. I say we put him down, just like...
You know what? The one who really fit the criteria is Marcel. Because think about it, when we first been introduced to Marcel in season 1, he was a foe, a friend, and family at the same time. Yeah, there are good terms with one another nowadays, but he really fits the criteria. Lucian was never a family, but Marcel more or less is considered family. And they had their problems, so he's also a foe and a friend, so...
Before we murder Lucian, there's certain questions that need to be answered. Chiefly, what is he doing here?
Warn Nick knows about stuff.
Why would he lie to you, his sire? I'm afraid we might have to resort to...
Lie? What did he lie about?
I take it you will lower yourself to associate with your bastard brother, then.
Priorities.
Have you finally forgiven me?
I will consider it.
I'll come with you. I want to hear what he has to say.
I like this growing bond between Vincent and Camille.
I had an idea that will.
What are you doing?
Calling Freya to babysit. See, this unpacking can wait. All right, I'm taking mommy out for the day.
Babysit, okay.
So, what then? Puppies and bunnies?
Hey, Josh. How are you doing, buddy?
Your current dilemma will get worse before
How
it
are
gets
you?
better. Are you going to be rude, or are you going to offer me a drink?
She's sexy AF.
I don't have time for this. Get her out of here.
A shame. I'd heard you were more hospitable. What a disappointment.
Super vampire, I guess.
Will you hear my offer, or not?
People like me tend to have exceptional lawyers to get us out of trouble like this.
God, she's really good
Look
looking.
at me.
I know that behind that mirror is Camille O'Connell.
And I would very much like to talk to her.
Why would he want to talk to Camille? What's the deal with him? Something not good, I guess, but...
Are you gonna stand there whining all day, or are you gonna show me what you got?
He's really asking for his ass to get kicked, just saying.
No, you're not going in there.
Vincent, he's not going to kill me in the middle of a police precinct.
Maybe not.
What I am is a ruthless, vicious, unstoppable killer. It's not to say I had anything to do with this.
Have you two come to watch as Lucian receives his punishment? I fear I'm being a touch lenient given his intentions for my sister.
Why torture
Why
a
do you
loyal
care?
I know what you are. Our house servants speak of demons hunting in the night. I myself interviewed one
you're not
such
scared?
maiden. I can only surmise that you are hiding, which means you're afraid. Somewhere out there, something is even more savage than you.
He got all of that from just making assumptions?
This is not going to be pleasant.
Know that I have instructed my fastest riders to spread word of your presence here. Whoever seeks you would most certainly hear the news.
Can you compel him to forget? Just
See, we're not so
compel him
different
to
after
forget.
all. You wish to protect your family.
Wait. Or do they not know how to compel it yet? Because in the last episode, Elijah said something about their #1 rule, don't leave anyone that saw who we are alive. So I'm assuming they don't know about compulsion yet, which is crazy. It's been 2 years. Other vampires, they learn compulsion almost immediately after they turn.
I wish to protect mine.
Wow! So this technique of torture has been around for quite some time. So you're telling me it's not Lucian, it's that Tristan guy?
You're choosing victims who are the contemporary equivalent of the privileged son who hurt you.
Vincent.
I share a deeply personal tale of woe, one meant to garner sympathy and inspire kinship. Yet
Not
all
with
you
Camille.
take away. These murders are an attempt to disparage my good name, thus poisoning me against the one person I came here to protect, Niklaus himself. Now, if someone wants to weaken
Why am I
my
not
ability
buying
to...
this whole thing of him trying to protect Niklaus, especially after how we saw that Klaus essentially took his lover from him. And it was because of Klaus that he went through all that torture. You can't tell me he's not holding a grudge against him.
I'm impressed. Given that I'm 3 times your age, you held your own quite well.
That's
How
me.
old is she? You've been introduced
I've been instructed to make you an
really
offer.
old vampires.
And since you...
She took his blood. For what?
What I have to show you?
Oh, I never could resist a good spoil.
It's so weird.
It seems Lucian has intentions for Camille. I'm going to eliminate an old friend before he gets his teeth into my therapist.
Apart.
Okay, well, come on then. Get it out of your system. Are you gonna stand there feeling sorry for yourself?
Jeff,
Yeah, she was holding
I'm so
back.
sorry.
She was totally holding back. Oh my god. Don't eat your husband, girl. Uh-oh, uh-oh. This is hot. I admit this is hot.
Did this woman happen to have a name?
I don't know. Aya?
You know her?
Let me guess, 5'7", built like a goddess, vicious as a viper.
So you know her.
I sired her.
Oh my god.
Why tell me your story? Is it because I know Klaus? A part of you must still blame him. Maybe you want to make him look bad.
Yes, Camille.
You know what I am. This rage is pointless. You cannot hurt me.
His blood mixed with his wound. Don't tell me this is the first time he learned about this. Wow, that is so cool.
I am like you. Of
No.
course I wasn't.
Nope.
Not yet. But that would have mattered anyway.
Not stupid, the fact that he assumed that. Not really stupid, to be honest, since he saw the fact that his wounds has been healed, but it was funny. Don't tell me he got himself killed. What a funny way to die, to be honest. Everything that just happened right now just proves that Lucian is still holding a grudge against Klaus.
You really think someone's trying to frame you for this? Who?
I'd have thought your time with me would inspire a more careful selection of company you keep. We're leaving.
Oh, come on, Nick. Why should I lie?
For the same reason you
He
lied
calls
about
him
avoiding
Nick.
a werewolf bite when Elijah saw it with his own eyes. This ends now.
Then you're giving Tristan the victory he seeks.
Why would he? Lucian is literally the first non-original ever. Like, theoretically, his vampire abilities should be pinnacle of all vampires beside the originals. The most powerful vampire ever started by the originals. It's just, oh, amazing.
Let us help you return New Orleans to what it should be.
One thing.
Yeah, I've been wondering about this.
The oldest society of vampires this world has ever known.
There's an oldest society of vampires? Old vampires?
Responsible for countless wars, numerous plagues, assassinations.
Hello, Elijah.
Say hi to your sire girl. But the original's still superior. I love that. I love that. They all look like mini Elijahs.
Your life is at stake. You want to hear what I have to say?
Don't tell me. Elijah's tired, Tristan. It's still funny because you know what? I've been wondering why they all look like Elijahs. Our old Elijah style line. Wear formal attire all the time. What the hell is going on?
I am not the patient, fun-loving social butterfly. You might look.
When you compare this scene to the other scene of in the flashbacks of when Tristan was blackmailing them, threatening them, the power really has shifted.
If you have any hope of finding that which can kill us all, Niklas needs to be stopped.
Damn it. I feel like the whole purpose is to turn a Michelson against the Michelson. But it's funny how Elijah's timeline is organized in a secret order. His timeline is as calculated and poised and reserved as his.
So then we may only heal the living. It's peculiar.
It was such a beautiful song. It's quite odd how he's living right now with the guilt of killing his mother. Oh my god. How did he complete his transition? I guess he went straight to the feeding.
Succumbing to your savagery, he brought out the worst in you, Niklas.
We brought out the worst in each other. In some ways, we made each other who we are.
Well, the moment we have that weapon.
I've claimed righteousness in my actions towards you and Haley. But perhaps I did stray a little too far from the shores of reason. Freya's prophecy speaks of family against family.
You gotta admit that Klaus even admitting that he went too far in his rage is massive character growth for the guy. Like, come on.
You will never fall by my hand.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Especially after what Tristan said to him. Oh. Oh my god, he really meant it.
The Stricks coming into my home? Or Elijah dismissing me like some kid?
I mean, to be honest, Marcel, you're just like a century old. And they're like, I don't know, 1,000 years old, 900 years old.
So now what? Back to square one?
Now you should get out of it, Camille, please.
Stop. So I've decided to cut my stay short. I'll be in New Orleans shortly.
How tall is this building? God, you could tell that these are ancient vampires, almost as strong as an original. And since they have like a huge number advantage on top of that, it makes them feel threatening. Unlike Marcel's army of young baby vampires. This is really gonna be an interesting season. I feel that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my reaction and see you in the next video.